Rogue Trader is a game that went from bug-ridden disaster to absolute must-play. And today we're diving into 10 reasons why you need to play this masterpiece. Or, at the very least, why you should embrace the chaos and suffer along with the rest of us. From insane tactical combat to playing as an intergalactic tax collector, yes, really, this game has everything you could ever want in a Warhammer RPG, and a few things you definitely didn't ask for. First, we have massive improvements since launch. Oh boy, let's talk about Rogue Trader's launch. You know how some games release in pristine, polished condition with zero bugs, no crashes, and everything working as intended? Yeah, this was not one of them. But hey, what's a little chaos in a game set in the grimdark future, right? It's all part of the immersion. At launch, Rogue Trader had bugs so bad that some companion quest lines just didn't work. You could pour hours into a character's arc, only to have it break apart faster than an orc's attention span. The best part? If you picked the dogmatic morality path, you'd kill off some of the buggiest companions, accidentally dodging game-breaking glitches. Imagine designing a game where the only way to avoid launch issues is to roleplay as a merciless executioner. But let's give credit where it's due. The devs at Owlcat worked their butts off fixing over 1,800 issues in the first big patch alone, which is just a slightly concerning number of problems for a game to have. By patch 1.2, they had rebalanced combat, revamped the power scaling, and made sure your companions actually functioned as intended. So now, in the year 2025, you can finally play the game as it was meant to be played. The second reason is its unique morality system. Most RPGs have a morality system that's as deep as a puddle. Be a hero, be a villain, or be that neutral weirdo who just steals everything. But not Rogue Trader. Oh no, here your morality is a bureaucratic nightmare with 3 distinct paths. Dogmatic, be the ultimate corporate zealot, execute heretics for sneezing incorrectly, and somehow avoid the game's biggest launch bugs. Iconoclast. You're rebellious, but not too rebellious. You question the Imperium, but not enough to get a one-way ticket to the Emperor's incinerator. Heretical. Basically, you're on a fast track to chaos corruption, because who needs sanity when you have warp magic and tentacles? Each conviction actually changes the story and dictates how people treat you, so picking one is kind of a big deal. If you go dogmatic, everyone bows down to you, but your social skills are about as good as a Necron diplomat. If you're heretical, you make cool friends with demons, but also good luck surviving when the Inquisition comes knocking. Next, let's discuss tactical turn-based combat, because nothing screams fun like math and 1,000 status effects. If you love painstakingly analyzing attack percentages and arguing with the RNG gods, then congratulations! Rogue Trader's combat system is made for you. It's got everything: action points, initiative order, cover mechanics, and enough debuffs to make a plague marine jealous. But wait, it gets better. Before patch 1.2, you could build your character in such a way that you'd one-shot an entire battlefield in a single turn. Sounds amazing, right? Well, the devs disagreed, so they nerfed the hell out of it. Now, combat requires strategy, planning, and a deep, burning resentment for that one enemy sniper who keeps hitting impossible shots. At least the Pyromancer class got buffed, so if you love setting things on fire, you'll have an absolute blast, literally. Just be careful, because friendly fire is totally a thing, and nothing bonds a team together like accidentally incinerating your own medic. Reason number 4, we have future expansive DLC content. Because the base game wasn't hard enough, let's add more ways to die. Who doesn't love paying extra money for a game they already own? Welcome to Void Shadows, the first DLC that throws Genestealers at you because normal enemies weren't terrifying enough. But hey, at least you get a cool new companion, Cabela, who's a death cultist. Nothing says friendly NPC like someone who worships murder as a lifestyle. This DLC also introduced 2 new archetypes: Blade Dancer, a high-speed death tornado that specializes in movement-based attacks. Want to zip across the battlefield, slicing enemies into tiny pieces like a blender on overdrive? This is your class. Executioner, a methodical damage overtime specialist who makes enemies suffer slowly and painfully. If you like watching your foes regret every decision they've ever made, this is the perfect playstyle for you. Besides paid content, the developers also support constantly this awesome game. At launch, players were greeted with a beautifully immersive yet painfully broken game where questlines could just decide to stop working whenever they felt like it. Got emotionally attached to a companion? Too bad. Their storyline might be so bugged that they just exist as a glorified wall decoration. Want to follow the iconoclast or heretical conviction paths? Well, I hope you like frustration, because those routes had more game-breaking issues than an unpatched Bethesda title. But don't worry, Owlcat heard the cries of despair and rolled out patch 1.1. Then came patch 1.2, the real game changer, which dropped with a whopping 2,500 changes. Essentially a full combat rebalance, new enemy scaling, and tweaks to ensure power levels didn't spiral into chaos like an unsupervised chaos cult. Players used to be able to obliterate entire armies in one turn, which was fun while it lasted, but apparently not fair. So they nerfed the insanity, yet somehow still managed to make the game better. And with patch 1.3, we got improved cutscenes, rebalanced conviction points, so you don't have to do mental gymnastics just to hit the max rank, and expanded voice acting, because what's an RPG without overly dramatic dialogue? The most important reason for an RPG to be good is its deep role-playing elements. You know those RPGs where choices don't actually matter, and you can just spam the good guy option to get the best ending? Rogue Trader laughs in the face of such simplicity. Here, every choice has weight, and not in the plus 10 Paragon points kind of way. No, here, your choices can and will screw you over in ways you didn't even consider. Want to take a hardline Imperial stance and exterminate all potential heretics? Great. Except, maybe that planet you just cleansed had valuable allies you might have needed later. Maybe you just ruined a trade deal that would have boosted your resources, or worse, your crew is now questioning if you're just a little too trigger-happy with the executions. Alternatively, maybe you decide to show mercy and let some rebellious elements slide, thinking you're the cool rogue trader who plays by their own rules. Awesome. Except you now have actual chaos worshippers in your ranks, secretly plotting to stab you in the back at the worst possible moment. Oh, and don't forget the Inquisition, because they sure as hell won't forget about you. Unlike some RPGs where being a rebel or a loyalist just changes a few dialogue options, Rogue Trader rewrites entire portions of the story based on your morality path. Your convictions, dogmatic, iconoclast, heretical, aren't just flavor text. They determine who lives, who dies, and what factions will even tolerate your presence. And let's not even start on the companion interactions. If you play a certain way, some of your closest allies might actually turn against you. Or worse, just leave forever. Reasons number 7 is its archetypes for play variety. One of the best things about Rogue Trader, you can completely break the game if you build your character right. Or, if you're like most of us, you'll create a garbage tier character on your first playthrough, wonder why everything is so hard, and then immediately restart with something actually effective. That's where the Executioner and Blade Dancer archetypes come in, 2 gloriously overpowered new classes added in Void Shadows, because why not let players feel like unstoppable gods for a little while? Next reason is the upcoming Lex Imperialis DLC, which introduces a brand new companion from the Adeptus Arbites, aka Space Cops. That's right, we're getting a space law enforcer in our crew, because apparently the grimdark future needed more bureaucracy and tax enforcement. This DLC will revolve around collecting the Imperial tithe, which means tax audits in space. Sounds boring? Think again. When planets don't pay their tithes, bad things happen, like invasions, uprisings, or purges. That's right, you'll get to decide how harshly to enforce Imperial law, which means you can either be the ultimate tax collector, ensuring every planet pays its due, or gets bombed. Be slightly more lenient and risk chaos corruption because of your soft governance. Just steal the money for yourself, because why be a traitor when you can be a pirate? Either way, expect massive political drama, hard choices, and at least one decision that will haunt you for the rest of your campaign. Reason number 9 to play Rogue Trader is the engaging Warhammer 40K universe. Welcome to the most depressing, soul-crushing universe in fiction. Here, there are no good guys, only varying degrees of war crimes and survival desperation. The Imperium is a bureaucratic nightmare, chaos is an existential horror show, and everyone is one bad day away from heresy. Yet somehow, Rogue Trader makes it captivating. The writing is phenomenal, the political intrigue is top-notch, and every decision you make actually matters. You'll spend hours debating whether you should support a planet's independence or burn it to the ground, and both options have horrifying consequences. The last reason is for all hardcore fans. You get an Iron Man Darkness mode. Want to play Rogue Trader with zero safety nets? Iron Man mode ensures that every mistake is permanent, meaning you can lose everything because of one bad roll. It's the perfect mode for players who enjoy suffering, regret, and screaming at their monitors. So, if you think losing 40+ hours of progress to a single bad decision sounds fun, Rogue Trader is waiting for you. Good luck, you'll need it.